at you from the Smoothie King Center here in New Orleans. Josue Pavon. I'm joined by John Karalis of MassLive.com. John, appreciate you taking the time. And this segment is powered by CarShield.com. Head over to CarShield.com. Use the promo code GARDEN to save 10% on all of your auto damages. That is CarShield.com. Don't forget the promo code GARDEN. John, 123 to 108. The Celtics dropped one here. It seemed like they were behind the entire night. Zion Williamson, the Celtics finally got their first taste of the rookie. Give me your initial thoughts. What did you think of the big guy?
I mean, I thought he's just everything as advertised, nimble, moves way too well for a guy that size. Obviously, the number one hope is that he can stay healthy, because you're not supposed to be that big and move that way. It puts a lot of strain on your body, but, I mean, he's got a lot of work to do, and the fact that he's this good and can do this much with that much work to do is scary stuff. It's scary stuff. So I was very impressed by my first full taste of the Zion Williamson experience.
Absolutely. The Celtics suffered. They just couldn't seem to pull ahead. They did make a little comeback in that second half, but of course it wasn't enough as they dropped this one. A couple of glaring weaknesses. What's the one that you would say stands out the most after this?
I mean, I think it always comes down to their defense. A loss of focus, for obvious reasons, trickles down into defensive lapses, and when you have that many defensive lapses, you're just not going to be able to come back. You give your opponent too much confidence when those shots start falling. And a team like New Orleans, that's maybe not great, when they get a few that go down early, then you see the results. When the Celtics were down 20 plus points, the Pelicans were shooting 50% from three at the time, and the Celtics were shooting at one point, I think it was 18%. The confidence that they got from the Celtics' defensive lapses, we saw it earlier this month, when they're not focused and when they're not playing the defense, they're going to struggle.
Huge game for the Celtics. I am looking at the standings. I know it's not All-Star break quite yet, but if you look at the Miami Heat, they're not going away, John. So I just have to – this matchup I think is going to be crucial. Jimmy Butler's going to be crucial. No word if he's going to be available. No word if Jason Tatum's going to be available, but there is a chance. Outside of that, though, what do you think the Celtics need to do in order to grab a win? Finish this road trip 2-1 instead of 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them really focus on that defensive end, get some transition buckets. Like that's the big thing. You get out to an early run, a 10-2 run, something like that might force them to call a timeout, take advantage of that swarming defense that they're capable of. It'd be great if they got Tatum back. If not, then they still have that ability. But it's about focus and effort. And this is a big thing, because we're talking about tiebreakers at some point, and these teams are so tightly packed and they're so evenly matched that a win against Miami in Miami could be something that gives the Celtics a 2 seed versus a 3 seed later on. So, I mean, it could be a really, really important game, even though these January games don't always feel important. This one is.
Absolutely. I agree with you, John. And we got you covered here at CLNS Media, CLNSmedia.com, and, of course, on YouTube. For John Karalis, I am Josue Pavon. We will see you in Miami.